YouTube Patel, how you doing? Hey guys, how you doing today? It's not been a live stream for a long time. I think the last time I went live was around, I don't know, like a month ago. So it's good to be back. Ibrahim, how you doing, mate? Today's live stream, we're gonna be looking at the Project Ultimate RealCam V3, the GoPro kind of presets. And that's going to release with 3 kind of presets: a GoPro, inverted GoPro, and then default ones. We're going to be looking at the GoPro ones today. And yeah, we're going to get on the way in a second. We're driving on the Paris 1-to-1 map. First route takes us 43 kilometers from Neuilly to Vincennes. So yeah, a lot of kind of tight roads, that kind of a map, so Project Zachodnio-Pomorski, how you doing, mate? YouTube Patel. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate it. Okay, we're gonna get in the way. I might fiddle around with the camera as we go. Also, we're towing a bit of a shorter trailer than normal. We only got 2 axles in the trailer. I was driving in here with a normal kind of a trailer, but it really gets tight at some point. Ibrahim, thanks so much, mate. Viserius, how you doing, mate? Yes, I'm playing on the Paris 1-to-1 map, yeah. To be honest, I've downloaded the map a long time ago. I did not really check it out that much in depth. I had a look at it now, and man, the map just looks amazing. I don't know if the interior sounds might be a bit too much. I'm just gonna quickly turn it down. Yeah, because they're really loud. The colorway comes from the RealCam V3. Also, if you got a bit more clouds on, it will be a bit more grayish, but then whenever the sun hits and like you've got it now. Audio team, how you doing, mate? Well, we need to be careful in here because I'm not trying to set any alarms up in here. It's the colorway that comes with the RealCam V3. I don't even think if that, you know, they'll send LGVs up in real life, but I need to check out what kind of roads they drive on in Paris to actually see. I was gonna use Cast's trailer for like a tandem for this. I've seen that they navigate some of the LGVs in Paris as well. I'm just not sure if they're actually going onto these kind of commutes. those intersections. I've never seen something like that in ETS2. I know that in real life you do get those, but so at the moment it says 40 minutes for us to get there. I'm actually wondering how long it's going to take us to get there. Project Ultimate Weather just comes as the SCS file and then you just put it in the mod folder. That's one crash for today. Hopefully the last one. Mate, look what we caused. But hopefully the rest of it is going to get better. Love to see that. I broke every physics law making that turn. Slower than the speed bumps. There's one speed bump on the map in there. Sent me flying yesterday. Gotta be careful of that. Try to get some sun. apart from like destroying cars and stuff. I think that we've got 410 horsepower, so it might be a bit difficult to get up that hill. Yeah, we're doing 5 for now. Okay, that's the big speed bump, so just need to be careful with it. Just want to check how many kilometers left. So we had, it says 18 kilometers. I think that we've okay, because I didn't go through here. That's right. Yeah, I was gonna say 43 kilometers, sounding a bit exaggerated. Yes, mate, 100%. I kind of based it on a set of a POV footage that I've found on YouTube. There's a Orma preset for it as well, which is not as green, but that's the kind of the goal for this RealCam V3. The amount of GoPro POVs that I've been watching to actually configure that is. So a game crashed. That is fun. We'll be back shortly. I'm not sure if I should maybe skip this this route, but yeah, we'll see. Miss, how you doing, mate? Yeah, yes. I'll send that to you on Patreon after stream. Check first. I'm using the RealCam V3. Unfortunately, I'm unable to show you at the second as a game decided to crash. Okay, Kara, I'm using the RealCam V3 at the moment, the upcoming preset. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna load it in, and quickly I'm just gonna check what caused the crash, because I'm not sure if I should maybe just go around that part or. Yeah, around 60 frames per second always works fine. Let me just quickly check, like, what actually crashed it. There's some prefabs. Okay, we'll give it one more shot. If it crashes, then we're just gonna skip this bit. And check first, yeah. I'll never run more than 60 frames per second. It kind of keeps it smooth. We're fine for now. So, should be alright. I hope. Eye tracker decided to get a bit funny now. Okay, we should be fine now. Check first, you know what, like, more than 60 FPS in ETS2, it's not really necessary, so. Andres, thanks for the sub, mate. Yeah, if you go above 60 FPS, you're just using up your GPU to produce frames instead of pushing your graphics further, so I'd rather have smooth 60 FPS than more FPS but with lower graphic settings. Sergio, yes, I'm using Snowymoon V2 Project Ultimate Weather 2.1 with the RealCam V3 preset and PNG as well, so a bit more mods than that, but. What monitor I'm using? I'm using a Gigabyte 32-inch 4K monitor. And what I do, I lock my monitor to 120 hertz. Then I lock my game to 60 frames. And I use an average window length in the config at 120, the same as the monitor hertz. Those speed bumps, as I said previously, them speed bumps are dangerous, man. If 4K 60 FPS is more than enough on ETS and ATS, or like Microsoft Flight Simulator or any game like that. And like, I see people run ETS2 with like 200 frames per second, but there's no smoothness to it, so you know, you could you could push 1,000 frames per second, but it might still be choppy. Alexander, thanks so much, mate. I really appreciate it. Angus June, what I'm using for physics, the EVR physics. I gave the EVR physics a go. Check Furious to do that. I lock my monitor in Windows 2. Wait, I need to turn right in there. I lock my monitor in Windows to 120. I've got a 144 Hz monitor, but I still lock it to 120. Half of your refresh rate. So if you got like 240 Hz, then you would smoothly run 120, but that 120 would be quite difficult for the GPU to produce. So so you set that, then you go to your config, the last config line, the average window length, you set that to 120 as well, and then you choose the VSync and the economy mode and lock your frames to 60 frames per second. I mean, that's how I use it. I don't know if that's how it exactly works for everyone else, but there's no config, it's in the documents, ETS2 or ATS folder. Yes, that halves the FPS, but that's the main point of it. Because in ETS2 graphics settings, you still set your monitor or your refresh rate at 120, and then it will. Well, it doesn't have the FPS; it has the output made by the monitor. Check Furious, you're looking for average window length. It's the last line in the config. No, the config in ETS2. I should bring my camera up slightly. Gonna go on the highway now. We've been driving on those tight roads for quite a bit. Got a highway section, but the highways are done extremely well on this map as well. So check for snow as well. That was a good usage of the blink. 50 before, but since 160 I'm just sticking to 10. Alexander, thanks so much, mate. Really appreciate it. Okay. We'll do 80 on the cruise control. We're cruising through Paris. Just for people that joined in now. We're in here, and we're going all the way down here. We still got 13 kilometers. So I was getting this started with 50 buffer page size, and I reduced it down to 10. It works fine now, so I'm just sticking to it for now. I really do like those highways. Like, I do like a good highway in ETS2, you know, like I don't mean them default map highways, but like actual highways with good curvature. Angus June, I'm running a, I don't know, Samsung SSD or something like that. I don't even remember. Gaming Depot, I'm using the Z-Mods reverb mod. Noticed that when we were going past through, I think some scenery was disappearing as we were coming on, so something that we might need to report. I mean, this map has been built a long time ago, but I've seen there's some like current progress made on it now, so maybe some of the bugs could be picked up by the team. Set up to or not. So I set the traffic set at 3, but then they were doing some crazy stuff at the intersections. So. Angus, you know what? That's not related to. It's not Unreal Engine 5 or any other engine that uses it this way. In ETS2, the map maker assigns how far ahead the model loads in. So if you could choose to have these, well, I don't know, these traffic signs display at like 1400 meters, but like if you get those default maps on ETS2, like all the DLCs, and they do traffic signs and most of the scenery that is near the road at 400 meters. So, and the only way to actually change that, like you can change it in segments. So let's say you get a 4x4 kilometer segment, you select all the traffic signs, and then you can assign like custom values to it, but just the traffic sign. So to actually change it on all of the map, you'd have to go segment by segment and then change it in groups. So buildings together, traffic signs together, I don't know, everything that you place on the map with different categories, you just have to do that separately. So a lot of work to stop the pop-ins. Because like when you've got Train Sim World, they use it based on just like shade and cache that loads in the stuff. So if you're using a slower kind of a drive, that will affect it. Like we've put a live person on the danger because this is a video game. This is like an M25 but for Paris. Like if anyone, well, they've got the same kind of a work around the whole city. Traffic on this map is not that bad. It's way better than the default traffic. That question in English, I would really appreciate it. How do I do, mate? What GPS I'm using? It's the TomTom by Volley add-on, available on the SCS forum. An hour at the speed. Patrick, how you doing, mate? How's your afternoon going? Sunday afternoon as well. Them blinkers are way too loud. Like I don't know. I've toned down the interior sounds. I'm not sure if you can barely hear me. Let me check the settings. How about now? Is now better? They don't just let me drive it like that. You know, they don't care about me speaking. It's like, mate, just drive. Don't need to hear you. See, that's how we get over a speed bump. Am I driving a Scania? Mate, because how long can I be driving that DAF for a man? I've been driving a DAF for a month now, so you know, it's a good amount of time. So now I can switch over to a bit of a Scania action. Passage in there, but I'm not going to take my chances. Check out, at the moment we're using the RealCam V3, so the real eye that you most likely use and will look totally different to what we've got in here. But if you need any help with setting it up or need to send me a picture so I can have a look at it, just drop me a message on Patreon and we'll have a look. But I like that road in there. They've actually made some 3D scenery in there. I don't know if that's a one-way road or I'm going against the traffic now, but I see where they added a lot more geometry to the road. Like the CPUs are just crazy. Check out now, the RealCam, it's a preset that changes everything. It doesn't move the camera. Look, I'm using RealCam now. If I'm not using my head, the whole thing is still the colorways, the contrast balance. The RealCam changes the whole look of the game. It doesn't move, like I move the camera with my head. You can't really directionally move your camera with a reshape preset unless you add a bit of a shakiness. But to move your camera, you need to be assigning the movement with something, so like your head, or I don't know, your hand or something. No, RealCam, it's in normal reshape preset. Because like, you could turn on, it wouldn't really make sense for it to be a assign movement because you can't really do that. Like, because then your movement would be random. Like, I don't know, you want to go right, but then your camera is looking left or something. You know what I mean? Microphone slightly bit higher. Alexander Clemens, how you doing, mate? Patrick, it's a red Scania. Look, red Scania. Got 1 kilometer left. Very good. We'll see what kind of parking spaces there will be in there, what kind of spots, because I know that there is some custom spots in there. And we'll see if I'm going to be parking there myself or not. Hyped about that green light, I didn't even see that red. Why did I get hit? where do I actually turn? Okay, I will have it crashed again. Can't believe that. The map is good. It might crash from time to time. And even the game log. What does it say? Failed to register prefab. So there's something with the prefabs itself. Well, too bad. I think that's what you get for driving custom maps, mate. But it don't make sense because it's going to spawn me in the same place. Like we had this issue, like I don't know, 30 minutes ago, and it will work, but it should work. Let's see. They dropped me all the way down here. Let's see if it'll crash or not. If it's going to crash, then we're just not gonna drive. It's a bit weird because I went there before and it was all fine. No, Snowymoon, how you doing, mate? Where I'm from? I was born in Poland. And then I've not lived in Poland for like 20 years. And I live in... Well, I'm back in Poland now. Those crashes are a bit weird because like if we're gonna get for the same spot and it will just work fine, then it don't make sense. Patrick, what's your problem with RPM? Most likely using Autumn with Project Ultimate Weather or something that conflicts with the sky, but the map itself is good. It's an issue with a skybox and a different mod that is changing the skybox, or it's just missing a texture that should load in with the weather depth. Some of the seasonal mods like Autumn or like Grimes mods as well that change seasons, they will require its own weather depth. So Extreme 309, wait a minute, the audio is a bit low. Let me turn it up a bit more. I don't know, I've maxed out my microphone, but it should be alright now. I checked Furious, so if I'm running 120 Hz on my monitor, then I'm putting 120 as it needs to match the Hertz on the monitor. crash because I drove through there. We'll see what happens. See, it didn't crash. It don't make sense. Afnat, how you doing, mate? Like first, yeah, if you got your hertz set to 120, then that average window length will be at 120 as well. I don't know if I can turn around in here. I mean, if you're 50/90, you can run, like, it depends, because now you're setting a setting for 120 hertz. You're not setting a setting for 240, so you just need to lock your monitor to 120. I'm not parking now anyway. Okay, let's see where we can get a next job from. We could get something from here and then go this way, maybe. Or something from here again. And then we've not gone through here, so let's go. Because I'm typing it wrong, that's why. Extreme America is on vacation? Why? Why is he on vacation? Okay, we're gonna be picking it up from there. Check first, the Windows settings, they stayed the same apart from that you put in your monitor into 120 Hz instead of 240 or whatever you've got in there. Okay, however, so we're gonna get through here, but actually that's a nice road we could get through here. But I'll do something. We're gonna check out this part as well, so we're gonna be a bit of a tourist, but that's fine. NIPT, you wanna try how this looks on your 49 widescreen? Should look alright, depends what kind of a setup you've got, but it should be right. Once this preset releases, you're gonna have the reshape settings along with Snowymoon settings and everything. How did it try to get me through there if there's nowhere to go? Game refresh rate is different. It might vary. Mine is like 143.9, so it's not actual like 140. I like how the traffic actually waited for me to get through here. That's smart. I do not use TAA. I use DLSS with 100 scaling. TAA doesn't look that good, in my opinion, of course. I wouldn't use TAA. That's like that's the lowest quality of aliasing that you can go for, which doesn't really make that much sense to use. But apart from saving performance, of course. Yeah, V-Sync to economy mode and set your FPS to 61. The touristy bit. We're not going to go how the GPS tells us to go. We're going to explore the other bit of the, well, not a village, but call it a village, because it's only like tight roads in there. Now the refresh rate needs to be at 120 as well. Fine, we're not scratching anything at the moment. I hope so. There's no way that they're actually putting like LGVs in there with trailers. So now we're gonna go right, but then we're gonna go left again. Like legally go left in there. I'll have a look. Well, it's a roundabout, so we should be able to go around. As per the definition of a roundabout. Yeah, we can go left. Check Furious, then that might just not work for you. That's how I've got my setup, so. Unless you've got something else set in the NVIDIA app. Because the NVIDIA app should be a default in there. T2 Patel. What you can do, just load in PNG as normal, exclude PNG weather and foggy weather, and just put Project Ultimate weather in its place, and that's it. Only run one weather mode at a time, so just by the logic of it, you just exclude one, put another one in. Traffic sign is fine, so the maneuver is fine as well. Feel high there, mate. No, Snowymoon itself is not going to give you that look, as I'm using Project Ultimate Weather with the RealCam preset as well, and PNG too. Carlos, hi there, mate. How's your day going? Carlos, I'm glad, mate. I'm really glad. Guys, I think we've run out of music. Let me... Okay, we're back. That was quick. My gaming volume is too loud. Let's change that quickly. How about now? Is that a little bit better? T2 Patel, as I said previously, you need to put PNG with its normal kind of a load order, and then just exchange the weather files for the for Project Ultimate Weather. Carlos, at the moment I'm using the Paris 1-to-1 map. Yeah, no worries. I had to change my sound settings when I was moving my setup in my PC and everything, so hopefully that worked a bit better. Check first, you know what, if you got it to run smooth, then it don't really matter what you changed in there. Are you saying that it's running smooth now, or...? Carlos, no, it's a standalone map. So you need to have a separate profile for this. Carlos, yes, well, Paris, so capital of France. I'm not in France myself though. Run a red. Hopefully no one's seen it. Mate, because you can't even see them traffic lights, you know? Unless, I mean, I can't see them, maybe. People can see them. Super smooth. Check Furious, you know what? What I've learned with ETS2. If something works, but it don't make sense, it's fine. Just leave it like that and then play like that forever, you know? Carlos, that map is free. If you go to Trucky Mods or check out the latest video on my channel, you can pick up the map from there. Like the way I told you to set up the graphics, like I've set this up in that way like 4 or 5 years ago, and since then I did not touch that setup. Like it's always like that. So you know, even if it don't make sense but it works smooth, mate, that's fine. No, there's a website called Trucky Mods, so you can pick up the map from there. But if you have a look at the latest video that I've got on my channel, I've linked the map in there. Those speed bumps, the red ones are fine. The dark grey ones, they're dodgy. You need to be careful with them. They're fine. Check first, what do you mean that you can't run it in 60 FPS? I mean, with a 5090 you should be able to run it in 60 FPS. Or you mean that you have to run it at a higher FPS to have a smooth, or? I feel I'm running a RTX 5080. You know, but that's the thing with ETS2, like, to actually get, like, I told you what I do to run the game smooth, but it might work differently on a different setup, and that's CPU and GPU wise. You can play around with it, you can see, because maybe if you're locking it, then that will just not run smooth for you. So you might need to just play around with it. I mean, the smoothest for me is that 60 FPS, so. Carlos, yes, trucky mods, add like ETS2 to it and you should be able to find it, no issues. You know what, that might be the case as well. Well, you've got a 5090, yeah, so turn down your graphics settings a bit, yeah, like your 5090 will be like fine with running it in 120 FPS. And try doing the same thing, but try to lock it for 120 FPS and see what happens. Even like lower it down to 2K or like 1080p. It was loud because I was going up the hill. I can turn down the game a little bit more. Should be fine now. Sam Gaming. Yes, well, I wouldn't push my GPU to run at 99% at all times, but yeah, your CPU will be used between 20 and 30%. It looks bad. I mean, you know, just turn down the graphics just so you see if it's if you run it, and then try to do the same thing with locking it for 120 Hz and 120 FPS. Oh, you mean the video is blurry in 4K monitor? It also depends how big the monitor is as well. Because for 4K, if you want to have the right pixel density, then you're aiming at 32 inch. Everything above 32 inch in 4K, but it's just going to stretch the pixels. I wouldn't go 4K below 32 inch, but I wouldn't go any higher than 4K. I would get a 4K at 32 inch, like I wouldn't get a 43 inch in 4K unless you're sitting a bit further out, then that might make sense. But like 4K on 55 inch monitor like TVs, if you're sitting a bit closer, the pixel density is not that great. Like if it comes to monitors, I'll get 24-inch for 1080, 27-inch for 2K, and then 4K at 32-inch, and that's like the perfect ratio. However, 4K on 27-inch would look good as well, but 27 inches might be a bit small. Yeah, 100%. Like if you're watching it in 2K, it's fine because I'm streaming in 4K. So if you're watching it in 1080p, it'll probably be blurry and stuff. Can you run the stream in 4K or no? Let me just check. You can watch it in 2K. Yeah, 55-inch TV. Yeah. I mean, but I guess you're sitting a bit further away from it, so... Because I'm sitting pretty close to my monitor. Check first, it wouldn't be the FPS at that point, it's just the frame output. Truck and Jake, I'm all good, man, I'm all good. How are you? Man, thank you so much for the sub, mate. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Truck and Dick, the preset releases next week. It will be a little bit different for 8. Well, I've made a GoPro preset and an inverted GoPro preset as well for. I think it suits ATS a little bit better. Like the GoPro preset suits ETS2. But the inverted GoPro would suit ATS a little bit better. Carlos here from Romania. Yeah, mate, that Romania map 1-to-1 is crazy. Like, I've been playing on it for like a year now. It is very good. Truck and Jake, so you only choose one at a time. The latest one released is the real so you only choose one preset at a time. When you're gonna be home, when you've got a minute, I can help you set it up if you want. Oh my god. Man, we nearly tipped it over. Man, Mike, thanks so much, mate. I really appreciate it. Carlos, you know what? I lived in London for 11 years. I've just moved from London last month. Trucks Bus Gaming, how you doing, mate? How's your day going? Yeah, Truck and Jake will sort it out some way. Oh my god. I'm getting lost. There's so many roads in here that I'm getting lost, yeah, Carlos, I lived in around Dartford, so like Kent. I don't know if you know where that is. So previously I lived in Bromley, like a few years back. Truck and Jake in 1080p or 2K, yes, not in 4K. Or you can sacrifice some FPS for it. But yes, it will also have its own Snowymoon preset for it as well. So I'm using Snowymoon now. So. Check first, yeah. I mean, you've got all of my setup on Patreon and the instructions as well. There's a specific Project Ultimate guide, like a 40-minute guide that is available to. Well, I mean, it's pretty straightforward because you install Snowymoon, you select your reshape preset, and that's it. You don't really have to do that much to actually get the game to look like this. Truck and Jake, I mean, it all depends on your monitor. If you have a 2K monitor, then that's what it will run. So it depends what resolution your monitor is on. Foxton, this is the Volley add-on from the SCS forum. Yeah, check first. I mean, if you need any help on that, you can always reach out to me. Whenever someone subs, I send them 5 messages with the setup, and then, you know, if you got any further help, you can always drop me a message. You know, if I'm not sleeping, I'll reply within like 5-10 minutes. If I'm sleeping, man, you to give me to the morning. Yeah, for 4070 Ti, you know, should be capable of outputting that in 4K. So you're all good with that. Mahir, I'm not sure what kind of flickering you get. But if you're talking about Snowymoon flickering, then unfortunately some of the flickering textures, you won't really get that sorted if you're talking about the textures flickering itself, or like poles or. Man, Mac, you know what? On a 2K triple setup, the 5090 should be capable of running that well, and with 60 FPS as well. Yeah, check through. So I use PNG bases and Project Ultimate Weather. You can use PNG Weather as well. It just depends what you prefer. Man, Mac, what kind of graphics are you using at the moment? Truck and Jake, for yourself, it will be 2K. If you're having your PC in mind. I check first, I'm using PNG bases with Project Ultimate Weather. But then I exclude the PNG weather files. I don't know if that's not going to be too dry. Check first, you can run it in whatever config you want. You can add summer or spring. The only thing is, you cannot use autumn with other weather mods, so you'd have to use PNG weather for autumn to work. Adam Karen, I don't know if you can send a link in the chat, but to be honest, there's no need to send any links in the chat, because they might be dangerous, mate. Adam Karen, thanks so much, mate. I really appreciate it. Malmac, yes. You're just gonna get a notification that it's been released, and then you'll be able to access it straight away. Adam Cameron, thank you so much, mate. Yeah, I use SSAO. I do not use the secondary lights. Like, I've got my mirrors set to medium and the secondary lights turned off. It eats a lot of resources, so I'd just rather run it off. Do we have to go in here? Wait, what kind of a drop off is that? There's no way that we're going to be dropping off in there. Carlos, I do play GTA, but I only play GTA 6. I don't play GTA 5. Razor Boy, yes, it's like RPM. It's a separate profile map. Phil, you know what? It matters for me, so I've got it turned off. Like, you know, I try to save performance even on my 5080. Okay, there's one nice road in here that we could go on. Let's see. I drove through here previously. Let's see if there's going to be any jobs in here. I don't know, maybe a job in here. Phil, no, I'm just running one 4K monitor. Where should we go? Could go here. We're going to auto-load it. Where's the load location? Do skybox 9. A little bit more sun. I didn't know that they've got these kind of roads in there. I thought there's just going to be an asphalt road. Buja, how you doing, mate? How's your day going? Ryzen, how you doing, mate? Question. Very important question. If you have unlimited funds and just want your graphics to look fine, get the graphics card now. If the funds are somewhat limited, still go for it. If the funds are very limited, then just wait for a 60 series. But to be honest, how far away are we from a 60 series? Because the 50 series has been out for like 2 years now, and the 4080 is not that bad. So it depends if you need a good result on it now. If you need good graphics now, I'll go for it. Like if the money's not an issue, just go for it. If you have to think twice about it, then don't do it. I had the same thing when I had a 3080 previously, and that 3080 was not that great for me no more. And I skipped the 40 series because I wanted to get a 4080 and 4090, but they were extremely expensive at that time. So I waited for a 5080 and it paid off. So it might just pay off for you to just wait for a 60 series. Truck and Jake, just send me some pictures on page, man. And also, when you take pictures, have a look at your pictures on the mobile phone, because sometimes you see that your monitor might be set to a very high brightness setting or something like that. So I always compare the pictures on my monitor and then phone as well to just see if it looks the same or not. Tilt a bit. Colors, I open my console, I type in go-to, and then the letters of the city, and it will transfer me over there. But you still have to move with the camera 0. Yeah, you should not use HDR with Snowymoon, that will just over-brighten the screen. I wouldn't even have HDR on in ETS2 without Snowymoon because it doesn't look that well. Yeah, Truck and Jake, the HDR in Windows and ETS2 should be off if you're using Snowymoon. Snowymoon should not even work with that on. It should not run, but sometimes it will still run with HDR on. You know what? That's a good map. I was surprised because I've seen the map in the SCS for so long. Never actually, gave it a chance. Yeah, Phil, 100%. Even without Snowymoon, it's bad in some monitors. Family Bone, how you doing, mate? Looks amazing. I'm glad you like it, mate. Uja, you know what? I wanted to get a tandem on here as well. But then I didn't have that much time to set up the stream, so... Ryzen, yes, it's the map, unfortunately. I'm using Volley add-on for the GPS and the add-ons in the windshield. Yeah, no worries, mate. Truck and Jake, the presets come preset. There's around 10 effects on it, so you should see 10 effects in the Lebanon Safety. Thank you for the sub, mate. I really appreciate it. No pop star. We're looking at next Saturday, so 29th of August. Yeah, Truck and Drake, no worries, mate. Just whenever you get back home, just give me a shout. You said Thursday, so I'll be looking out for it. Camila, if I understand correctly, you need help with installing Reshade and Snowymoon. Just go over to my channel and just search out for the Reshade and Snowymoon tutorial. It just shows you step by step how to install it. Just make sure to go slow and if you want to type that in English, I'll be able to respond to you because I'm unable to translate it at the moment. I don't know Spanish that well. I know a little bit. traffic in here. I don't know if it's how the map is kind of set up in here, or maybe it hasn't been updated for long. Asian Baker, thanks so much, mate. Really appreciate it. Traffic on the motorway. Even breaking no traffic is your kind of traffic. You know, I don't mind no traffic, but I know that traffic matters for a lot of people. Like, I don't mind just cruising with few cars going past, you know. Like, if you play on Truckers MP a lot, you might go first and we don't see anyone on the roads, unless they added traffic to Truckers MP. Yo, Hux, how you doing, mate? How's your day going? I know your nickname on YouTube now, so it's fine, it's fine. Alpicator, mate, do you think my 1660 Ti can handle the graphics? Yes and no. And why do I say yes? Because I've got one friend that run this on a 1080. GTX 1080. It runs in 1080p, and he makes it look good for that resolution. You know, it doesn't look good as it would on 4K, but it looks alright on 1080p. So you could pull it off. It's just that you might need to do some adjustments with the graphics. You know, I feel I lock my FPS to 60. Unlocked, I don't know. At the moment I'm using 70% of my graphics card, so maybe like 100 FPS, 105, 110, or 70%. It goes between 60 to 70%. So I don't know, another 30% of FPS, that'll be around 90 to 100 FPS. That was my bad. People in the chat are probably delighted with my driving standards, however, I'm trying my best to. Yeah, Deacon Baker. Unfortunately, I hope that, you know, the police is not going to get. We'll see. I'm just gonna go by what the GPS says now, because it tells me to change the lane, so I guess there's another emergency lane up ahead. Safe option. Because the layouts of the roads on this Paris 1-to-1 map is, yeah, so I'm just gonna go by the GPS. Because then it changes from a 3-lane to 2-lane. And then it'll probably go into 3-lane again after the overpass. I'm almost professional at this one. See, 3 lanes again. Oh my god. Dilocator mate. You could either put it on top of PNG, on top of all the mods, and it'll work fine, or you can take out PNG weather and PNG foggy weather and put it in there, in its place, and it'll work fine as well. Getting good at this. GPS tells me to change the lane, I'll do that. No hesitation. You can place them wherever. You can put it below the weather, but it don't really matter. Like, now I'm just changing lanes for no reason. I'm just... like on the highways, we could probably put the traffic up to 3, but then within, you know what? Let's put the traffic at 3 and see what happens. What happens in the city? Because I did not try that yet. Family Bun. I played base maps as well. I find more joy playing on one-to-one maps, but I do play base maps as well. Like started posting more videos from base maps lately. Fitbit Gamer, thanks so much, mate. I really appreciate it. Family Bun, because you know what it is. I like realistic curvatures of the highways and the roads, and you don't really get that on the base SCS maps. Fitbit Gamer, nice POV, thank you, mate. Bring on the heavy traffic. We'll see. I've put it on 3. We'll see how it behaves now. Yeah, so 1, it's the vegetation and how it looks. And the second one is the curvature of the roads. Fitbit Gamer, the RealCam is going to release along with all of the content that is on Project Ultimate Patreon. It's priced at $5.99 US. But you know what, I do understand that when SCS is creating maps, they're cramping everything into a 1:19 scale. So, you know, Fitbit Gamer, no, it releases next Saturday, so 29th of August. Yeah, I feel 100%, mate. I've been waiting for UK for a long time. But I've lived in the UK for a long time, so of course that I've been waiting for UK. Hopefully they can get it done soon. We're going right. I think we're going right. But with the SCS rework for UK, you still have those wide roads. That's the thing. They don't use 7 or 8 meter roads. They use 12 meter one lane templates for the road. So you still not have those narrow kind of UK roads. Appreciate preset mod game. How you doing, mate? That's a very nice nick. Omer10, thanks so much for the sub, mate. Fusion Barker, mate, they've got buses, they've got those road trips or cars. They've got a couple of things coming out. I know, because they're marketing everything at once now. So I don't know if that is going to drop as a... Well, it's not going to drop as a big bundle. We know that. They got 20 mappers in UK remodel. I hope that they don't have 20 mappers doing UK remodel. Because they'll, mate, if 20 mappers are doing it that long. Fitbit Gaming, I heard that we've got coaches DLC next month. I'll be interested. Scorpions, the FOV 77. I'm using the RealCam V3, which is altering the FOV view as well. The GoPro kind of preset. Family, but you know what? A lot of people that changed over from Tobii Eye Tracker to Beam Eye Tracker saying the same thing, that it is so much smoother. I've never used Beam Eye Tracker, so I don't know how big the difference is, but well, I'm presuming that it's quite a big difference. Gamer, RealCam V3 is a preset, and then Project Ultimate Weather, it's a weather mod from Project Ultimate. So you got both of Project Ultimate, you got the weather mod and the presets. I'm just wondering, because I've not seen Eiffel Tower in here. But I've seen pictures of it and it was there. Luca, how you doing, mate? How's my bobber doing? Runak, hello, mate. How's your day going? Fitbit Gamer, that'll be a bit dodgy, mate. Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good. The tower's probably deeper in the city. I need to get deeper into the city then, mate. And see that Eiffel Tower. Yeah, Luca, you know what? I I get pissed when Verstappen crashed today, you know. Yo, Hugs, I don't know what you're talking about, mate. You might need to drop me a message later on, mate. Jesus Naranja, hi there, mate. Phil and do agree they should do something with the passengers as well. Runak, good to hear, mate. Yeah, there's few people. Well, I'm working on it. There's few people testing it, but there's only one person working on it. It might be me, but I don't know. Yohex is testing it as well. He's the guy. Okay, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're gonna do that. We're gonna do Guys, I'm not looking at a chat at the moment. I'll have a look at it in a second. I dropped in the wrong place. Bill MO. Go to. Okay. We got it. We got it. It's fine. Family bun, yes, that will be the next step, mate. 100%. Runak, I was in a dark spot a second ago, so it could be a little bit darker. Flixbus virtual drive, thanks so much, mate. Mate, where am I going? I can see my pickup point, but I'm going in the wrong direction. Normally, if I wouldn't be streaming, man, I'm just camera zeroing over there and I'm just picking up my load. However, for the etiquette of the stream, I'm going to drive to my pickup location. Where is that? Was there an other Paris 1-to-1 map? I'm aware of this one. I don't know if there's any other ones. Wait, where am I driving? Take my license and take everything. Let me just see where we're going now. Okay. I see where we're going. That's good. Yeah, Ronak, I mean, that is a totally different preset to real aim. Totally different. It's a bit warm in the cab. Well, mate, I'm pretty sure it is warm in the cab, mate. Patrick Bravko z chipsów? Well, something like that, you know. Family Moon, yes, it's like a GoPro kind of a preset, you know. It's Gus. The RealCam V3, the GoPro preset, it's a reshape preset. Okay, so I've set the traffic at 3. Is there a lot of traffic? Yeah. That traffic needs to go back at 2. Patrick, you know what? Maybe one day I'll get a private license that is not from a pack of chips, you know. However, for now you'll just have to put up with those driving standards. Yeah, Phil, I wasn't aware that there's an other Paris map, to be honest. Yeah, Mad Mac, that was the whole kind of a idea behind it, you know? That the preset should be a bit different. So it serves a purpose. Flixbus, virtual driver, thank you, mate. Really appreciate it. Patrick, you're gonna get 1 million subs, man. That's very good. Antux, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. How are you? Let's get some sun going because we've been driving in overcast conditions for long. Flixbus virtual driver, how can I run this with no starter? It just doesn't start. I've got my set of settings that I use along with my monitor. But yeah, I use 120 Hz on my monitor. Then I change my average window length to 120 as well, and I run the game in 60 frames capped. It depends what kind of conditions you're running in, because look, if you get more sun in, then it's not going to be that dark. But if you're driving in like overcast conditions, then it's very good to hear, mate. I drive it all day, every day. How do, mate? Why do I cap my game to 60 frames per second? Because I don't need more and I can push the graphics a bit further. Go Hex, thank you, Ilke. Mac, you know what it is? Everyone has a different taste, you know, so different people like different stuff, you know. work it out, that's something that would actually need, you know. My playlist is only like an hour long, so, and we've run out twice, so we must be streaming for like 2 hours now, or around 2 hours. Get some morning time because we've been driving in the afternoon most of the time. I don't know, let's do 6 a.m. 7 a.m. Yeah, Runak, PNG winter experience is extremely good. Thomas King, thanks so much, mate. I really appreciate it. The camera down a little bit. Just slightly, yeah. Runak, yes, that's the SCS scanner. I see them bushes disappear. I'm not weak. Let's do 8 a.m. Get a bit more light. Edition back out. Really go towards PNG winter experience if you're looking for any kind of snowy sceneries. It's not updated for 160 yet. It'll probably get updated towards the winter time. But you can check on the PNG website what was the last version that was updated to, and then go back to that version and then play on it. Scorpions, yes, I was born in Poland. 100% Polish. Well, my parents did not really live in Poland anyways. But you could say they're Polish. Family, but yeah, it also depends on the lighting that you got from the weather too. because different skyboxes will give you different light, and then that will also reflect differently to on the AI cars. Close, Logos and PNG, 100%. PNG all the way. The idle sound of the Scania is crazy, like it's way louder when it's idle than when it's in gear. Yeah, Runik, there's so much to update at the moment that it might be faster than last year, because what Damien really done winter from ground up last year as well, after all of the changes that SCS made in the files. So it could go smoother this year. For the last 2 years, SCS has been merging files between ETS2 and ATS, so they have like similar directories. So whenever a file changes its location and it's affecting PNG, then you have to redo that. Baker, today's weather forecast sunny and clear. Are you in the States or somewhere in Europe? Or somewhere in Asia? Or Africa? In the States. Yeah, because you kind of said that like it was the morning, so I gathered that you'd be in the States. To get used to those lane changes, and every time there's an overpass with exit road there. I need to switch to the middle lane. Can you hear the music or no? Because I was changing the volumes before. I'm not sure if you can even hear the music. You don't hear any music? Right. I need to change that. The music is firing. Do you prefer European trucks? Yeah. I mean, I do like Peterbilt and Kenworths, and I like Cascadias as well, but European trucks are nice. So, with the music thing, you could say that I've been chilling with music all the time, but no one else heard it. I use it with ETS and ATS, you know. I don't really record that many ATS videos, but I do play ATS as well. But I made a different kind of a preset for ATS though. The inverted GoPro, because a GoPro, like this kind of a setup, matches European trucks very well. But then, I mean, it looks alright in ATS as well. But I made two presets that will kind of look different on ATS and ETS too. Manship, yes, I'm using the Project Ultimate RealCam V3 reshape preset, along with Snowymoon V2, Project Ultimate Weather, and PNG. I made that in, you know, with ATS in mind. I played on ETS2 and it looks good as well. I'm gonna stream with it as well, because it looks interesting on ETS2 as well. Apologies for my driving, I was just looking at the phone. David Kruger, I guess you like the visuals? Yeah, just back there's a lot of trail limits for ATS. With a one-to-one state, how does it work with ATS? I'm not sure if I understand clearly. Phil, it started a mod issue, a slow CPU, so it's also the live stream issue, because I don't have any stutters, but I see when you're having a stutter on a live stream. Looking at my phone, cool of me, I'm reading the chat of my phone. Does it play well with ProMods and ETS2? Yeah, you can use ProMods, but ProMods uses a lot of old, like outdated textures in some of the places and outdated prefabs, you know. You can still play it on ProMods. Fusion Baker, you know what? I'm such a professional streamer that I read chat off my phone. I don't even have a second monitor, right? Like literally, if someone calls me now, they have to wait, like. You know. But no one calls me, so you know, no one has to wait. That's great. Yeah, Mad Max, I don't use ProMods to be honest, because like they make some good new areas, but then a lot of the old ones and like Nordics, they change a lot. They change prefabs that don't really have a lot of good texturing on it, so. I use ProMods for is the Georgia and Azerbaijan, because they're made very nice. Let's be serious. Build by here. I'm running 100% scaling with DLSS and 4K. Sorry, I'm running 75% scaling because of the map. Patrick Max Verstappen, 100%. 100%. Yeah, so for this map I'm running 4K, 75 scaling and DLSS quality. Fusion Breaker, that wasn't a passing lane? Oh my god. I didn't know that. I'm joking. Mate, you wanted me to drive behind that tractor. How do you know that he wasn't coming through here? Like, mate, I would be stuck for like 30-40 minutes at least. And I understand that it was not legal. Okay. We could do that, but then we're gonna modify that route. Yeah, Asian bacon. No one's seen that, so it's fine. Which pickup is it? Is it this one? I think it's this one. What's my PC specs? I'm using Ryzen 7 5800 X3D and a 5080. We are going to magically load it. Press of a button and it's done. No straps, no nothing, no struggling with anything, you know what I mean? Okay. How should we modify it? I can't really modify it anyway. Well, we're gonna drive it like that then. We've not been driving through here yet, so that's alright. Oh yes, I use DLSS from Snowymoon. DLSS quality. We've got a tram in here. Need to be careful because the roads are very narrow. You know, you drive in real life. The idle sound is so loud in this kind of like I don't even understand why. How do I know if I'm not gonna get? Okay, fine. Yes, it's a Max's engine sound from Steam because I didn't want to use the the V8 sounds. I just want to use the normal sounds on it. Gonna drive for 3 years. How is it going so far? He's on 100%, mate. 100%. As first, I'm using 120 because I set my monitor to 120 hertz. So you should set it at your monitor hertz rate. that. I was looking at the light. Red means that you should not be going. Big said, how you doing? Your Nick Truck, respect, man. Thank you, mate. I've seen your videos on TikTok. Very good job. If you're this Nick Truck, because there might be a different Nick Truck, but I think that you're that one. I was looking at the light, mate. I was looking at the red means do not move. So, you know. You love driving trucks? Very good. Nick, so it is you then. It is that Nick. It's not a different Nick. Krzysztof, dobry, witam. Dijon, you know what? Stop signs. I care about lights. Yeah, lights. Stop signs, not that much. As far as just to make it easier, because I don't remember which order that is in. The last line in the config should be your hertz of your monitor, and the second to last should just be untouched. Yeah, then traffic signs, you know, they're not that important. The lights, mate. If I would not see the red light at the tram crossing, mate, the whole setup would be upside down. Hi there, how you doing, mate? Hi there, I swear to God, ask me that one more time. I'm joking. Krzysztof, yes. Iveco. Or a Scania, I don't know. I think this might be a Scania. Call me on Discord if you want to hear me speak Polish. You know? I ain't speaking Polish in this room. Render critical. I'm using a Ryzen 7 5800 X3D and a RTX 58. Ira, you know what you get for trolling now. Nick, just drop me a message somewhere, yeah? And I'll have a look later on. Asian Scania, DAF, Manvolve, and Renault for you. I like all of them, to be honest. What tablet mode? Mate, I'll have to send that to you after the live stream. Because I don't remember what, like, I know where to get it from, but... Hide what I've got on my trailer? Furniture from your house. every time I stop. Because the idle sound is like way louder than the actual gear sound. Your furniture is made, then leave it there. Phil, if you think that, I mean, I'm trying my best to drive somewhat realistic, you know, but, you know, I know that I'm not always displaying a realistic style of driving, but I'm trying my best. Which what Scania, the one from Eugene? Krzysztof, pali 100 litrów na 100 km. 100 na 100. Because if you're trying to run the Scania by Eugene, then that is not going to work. Holy QFs, yeah. Where do you guys even come up with those ideas? That's great. That's very good to know, mate. Nick, no, I don't stream on TikTok, mate. I stick to traditional mate, I don't even stream. You know when was the last time I streamed? Like a month ago. I plan to stream a bit more often, you know. You get into a routine, but you can't even say that I stream a lot. And if I do stream, it's on YouTube. Okay, well, I guess yellow I can do. You know that the live stream will end, yeah? You're trolling now, but then you need something, right? Elevate Studio, thanks so much, mate. I really appreciate it. Matter of fact, I'm uninstalling Discord now. No more Discord, mate. David, how you doing, mate? Krzysztof, nice sound. Very nice sound. Very good from. Elevate Studio, can I play multiplayer with yourself? Unfortunately, I do not play multiplayer. Jelly Gunnar, thanks so much for the sub, mate. I really appreciate it. Nick, just good vibes, you know. Put good vibes in the videos. That's it. David, no, I'm only live on YouTube at the moment. Elevate Studio, you game on ETS2, GTA 5 and Valorant? Which one do you like the most? ETS2, GTA 5 and Valorant? Yeah, like good vibes all day long. Mr. Clonic, Shema, how you doing, mate? Yeah, that windshield is fine, mate. I mean, if the layer of dirt becomes that heavy that will start pulling the windshield forward, I'll clean it, I promise. Should be fine for now. Hej, pozdrowienia od Tarazy. Dzięki wielkie. Guys, if you wonder, I speak English and Polish. I mainly speak English, however, I speak Polish fluently as well. So from time to time I might have someone that will just comment in Polish or just drop a message in the chat in Polish. David, the camera angle looks cool. Yeah, it's the well, the camera setting is it's pretty standard, but it's the RealCam V3 that adds the GoPro kind of an effect. Doesn't look like a game. That's very good to hear, I think. I'm getting lost in all those roads and stuff. Okay, and you see, like, well, there wasn't even a lane where I should turn left. But we're fine. We're fine. We're safe. Bit more speed. Should pick up a bit more speed. David, that is the Paris 1-to-1 map from the Trucky mods, or you can also find a thread on it on the SCS forum. Usually what you're saying, a lot of twisted highways and a lot of exits and entries and stuff. I think that once in ATS I was around San Francisco. There's quite a lot of like exit entries and then like entries that split into exits as well. What's my PC specs? I'm running a Ryzen 7 5800 X3D and a RTX 5080. Nick, I don't play any. The only games that I play, and I'm not even joking now, ETS2, ATS. Okay, I play a lot of like sim racing, like I sim race a lot, so I'll play like iRacing, Le Mans Ultimate, Assetto Corsa Rally, like I'll play that. But then if you're talking games that don't require steering wheel, then I play PES 21 with mods. And that's about it. I don't like when GTA 6 comes out, I'm gonna play that, but should we get some rain on? Might get rain on a little bit later on. I don't like to do previews on rain, because rain is... On Snowymoon, rain always just looks good, you know, like... So you don't really see much of how the preset looks, what effects it gives when you put on rain, and you could advertise anything on rain and it would just look good. Okay, you asked me how many FPS I've got in my game. 60. I thought that you mean That's fine. I might be getting old, you know, and deaf. Old and deaf. I'm 30 this year, so I am getting a little bit older. Yeah, last time I was driving through here, the game crashed. So, moment of truth. It will 100% crash in there. Mate, that doesn't even make sense that it didn't crash in. Like, I understand that the prefabs would not load correctly. How does it load now? Okay, we're supposed to drive that. So now it's old, deaf, and kind of slow in the head as well. Those are my 3 traits, like main traits. David, my RAM, 32 gigabytes. Mate, I want it. So, funny thing is, in the pricing of PC components now, I wanted to update my RAM. And I remember that back in the day, I bought the fastest RAM, like it was one of the most expensive RAMs in there. And now, and I remember I paid like £200 for it. I wanted to update my RAM now, and it costs like some like crazy amount of money to update the RAM. Okay, we have not gone through here yet, so we're gonna do that route. Villeneuve. we might explore the whole map today. Yeah, just going back to the ramp because I got off topic. And I was looking at RAM now, and like 64 gigs of like fast RAM costs like £700. And I'm like, so how does that work? That back in the day I bought like the fastest RAM available and I paid like £200 for it, but now the same kind of standards of RAM will cost you like £700. Fusion backer, help me! Okay, I got questions now, mate. Okay, that's game. Fusion, are you FBI or something, or CIA? Fusion, I require some answers after what you just put in the chat. But the guy is from San Francisco and he mentions pomoc drogowa Wrocław 24 hours laweta. Aha. Yeah, Family Boom, the AI boom is ruining PC game. Whoa, the pricing of it, unfortunately. Hey, these are an actual question, like how you just randomly mention that, or what did I run into? Oh, I've run into nothing. No, Family Boon, you know what? The thing is, he mentioned... He's from San Francisco, yeah, from California. He mentioned a car retrieve service from the city that I reside quite often in Poland, you know, which is random as hell. That's why I asked. I don't even live there, but I often go there. So, David, I'm using Snowymoon V2, Project Ultimate Web 2.1. RealCam V3 preset and PNG, so those are the 4 mods I use for graphics. Asian, and the fact that you randomly looked that up, that's crazy. Because it could be anything, but it was that. How do I teleport my truck? I'm using a camera 0 to do that. Diesel, will you tell me that? Because that's so like... Because how, like, you know... Like most people don't even know where I live. What country or, you know, whatever. So... That's a bit crazy, yeah. The fact that I don't, like, you wouldn't know where I live. the fact that it's not a city where I live in here, but I go there often, that's crazy, mate. Shane Fitzpatrick, hi there, mate. All the way down from Ireland. Yes, and I'm all good, mate. Just chilling with some ETS2. My first stream for the last 1 month. I've not streamed for a month. Yeah, Deez, when you say that, that's what the CIA always says when they're onto something, you know. I don't know anything, you know. Yeah, mate. David, I'm using a SimMagic Alpha steering wheel. No, but imagine that, yeah, like, not even in a live stream scenario, yeah, but like in any kind of a scenario. You speak to someone online, yeah, you don't know them, and they just randomly mention your place of stay, just like you don't know them, and they don't even know you. It's not like they know you or anything like that, and they just randomly drop your place of stay. Ah, pretty weird, you know. That's some CIA kind of stuff. Rusty, 100%, mate. If you've been on Patreon when I was streaming, I wouldn't be able to send you them right away, but when I'm done, 100% I'm gonna get back to you. Yeah, dude, no, I believe you. I believe you. It's just, you know, funny coincidence. Very random coincidence as well. Officially, everyone that's on the stream now, this is a very special stream because I've never streamed past 2 hours and 30 minutes mark. We've been live for like 3 hours and 15 minutes now. I'm close to that, so we might even go for 4 hours because what time is it now? It's 8:40 in the evening. David, how long have you been driving? You mean like on this live stream or in ETS2 in total? Yeah, oh yeah, Frosty. Yeah, Frosty doesn't want me to stream for that long. Wait, can you imagine a new sub? The guy just came in, and he's like, okay, so maybe an hour or two, you know. I've not seen him live stream for like a month, so surely he's not going to live stream now. And then the guy does 4 hours of live stream. David, I've been driving for around 3 hours now. Look at that. Frosty, just, you know, a coincidence happened, you know. Unfortunately, you got the time when I decided to stream for like 4 hours. Said you're gonna play with your joystick and see the message with, yeah, mate, 100%. Play with that joystick. Okay, Mr. CIA. Well, yes, Paris, but you chose a random city in the world, you know, and yeah. Safeguarding, what's your PC specs? Running a Ryzen 7 5800X 3D and a RTX 5080. The guy could just type in towing services in Paris, be fine. But no, the CIA took over. He was like, okay, Angus, do you know this company? You see, that would have been, I would have been like, oh yeah, that's fine. I'm joking, man, I'm joking. I'm using Project Ultimate Weather with the PNG basis. So you get all the textures from PNG plus my weather mod. Okay, we're going straight. GPS told me to go, don't I? So there's always something you learn. You should not trust your GPS at all times. Sometimes you should use your head. Even if you're a bit slower than me, and I'm pretty slow, I don't think that there's anyone slower than myself. Don't trust the GPS at all times. Can you ask me to record a short video? What video would you want? Because I'm unsure of the purpose of the video. what? That's the first time they've actually caught that in ETS2. That GPS was being a bit dodgy. But I know that in real life it can screw you up as well. Especially like when you're driving a longer kind of a setup in the US. So if you get on a one-way road and there's not much space, bad business, mate. You know what, you could go to the Steam Workshop in ETS2 and just search for the most popular mods in there and see what you got in there. There's also a lot of videos on YouTube where people would do like top 10 or 20 mods of this month. So if you have a look on those videos, they'll mention a lot of mods as well. If you're new in ETS2, have a look at some of those kind of videos, and it should give you a bit of a knowledge on what to use when you're starting off. Apologies for me swerving. Let's get a bit more sun. Wait, what am I doing? Almost caused the crash. We've sorted it out. That's good. the highway in a second. I mean, I'm not sure if we're going off the highway or just on one of the highways then or something. Oh mate, we cut the guy off. Unfortunately, crashed. Not really my fault because. What can I do? I can't really do much. Wait, what is that with this traffic being all over? Nick, what do I think about a heavy rainstorm? I think it's heavy and it rains. Unless you want me to drive in heavy rains, then that's different. 700 euros fine for the traffic collision. My God. And then who said that? Guy can't catch a break. I'm out here in Paris, Grafton, driving, making the world go around. You know, like without it. Truck drivers, there's not much. I'm grafting in here in Paris, and you're imposing 700 euros on me because some guy could not see that I'm oncoming to the lane. How does that work? Yeah, 300 sounds way better. That's less than 50% of it, so I'm happy with that, mate. Can I show what rain looks like? Yes, I can quickly. That's what it looks like. It's wet and dark. Wipe a windshield for a preset? Unfortunately, I cannot. I do not want to drive in the rain on this map because it uses a lot of different prefabs, like old ones, as you can see. It's all cut up, you know, so it doesn't look that nice. I mean, you can drive with it for a bit, you know. And yes, it's the Project Ultimate weather. With that rain for a bit. Let me just change the rain intensity there. I was wondering where's the drop-off point. Okay, have we run out of music? Yeah, we did. Okay. We'll do one more trip, because why not? We can start from... Yeah, we'll start from here. Could do something like that. Because officers are watching me, I know, mate. I know. Them officers, they're always watching me. Okay, that's the pickup.
Pour assurer votre sécurité, vos sacs et bagages peuvent être contrôlés par nos agents de sécurité.
French announcers in here as well. That is interesting. You know what? That's a nice touch. That announcement thing. I understand that it's a small bit. Okay, let's load it up. Nick, very good, mate. I'm very glad to hear that. I don't run in the rain that often. I've been convinced to run in rain a little bit. So we're gonna do one route in rain. Okay, how am I gonna fit through there? Man, that's crazy. Are we fine with the trailer? Hopefully. Camille, I'm glad you're liking it, mate. Angus made that turn, you know. There's no damage to the trailer, so okay. And let's see, because previously this bit on the map crashed again. We'll see if that's going to be the case again or not. Nick, that map is available on the SES forum. They've got the Tracky Mods website linked, or you can just go on Tracky Mods itself and just get it from there. Just type in Paris 1-to-1 map. Dzień dobry. Dobry wieczór. You're going to watch Lost? Very good. Yeah, so my wife decided to join the stream. She's going to watch Lost. It's an old TV series. She started watching not that long ago. So she'll probably keep an eye on the stream as well. However, I must say that for me, when I'm streaming for like 3.5 hours, yeah, despite she's a moderator on my YouTube channel, there's no need for one. Because everyone behaves themselves very well and respectful and stuff. How long have we been streaming? 3 hours and 30 minutes. Oh my god. That must be like... That's a record. Mareko, how you doing, mate? How's your day going? He's on 12-hour stream, mate. No way. That's crazy. That's crazy to be streaming for 12 hours. Camille, if you have a look on the Project Ultimate Weather Patreon, you can get us up and I'll send you all the instructions and everything. Also, if you have a look on, if you do not want to buy anything at the moment and just want to find out about stuff, you can have a look in the description of what mods I use. Yeah, Nick, big respects that she's putting up with someone like myself, you know. It's probably not easy. Scania is so loud. Pascal, how you doing, mate? I'm using Project Ultimate Weather with the RealCam V3 preset. Snowymoon V2 and PNG. Dark. Yes, all of the mods used are paid. With PNG, Project Ultimate, and Snowymoon V2. I think that the range should look pretty similar. I mean, it looks different because it's a different preset, different light and colorway, but. Pascal, I'm using the Max's Scania sound from Sting, the 5.6 version. Wait, why is the traffic tweaking? Dark, you know what? I need to change my audio settings all over again because I had to change them for the way I record the video, so it's pretty messed up. But Pascal, I'm using EVR physics with 0% truck and trailer stability. Because the way I had my audio set up in head, I've maxed out my microphone now. I would have to actually change the whole settings now. Mate, very nice description made by yourself, mate. I appreciate it. That's an interesting one. Do you prefer US truck sounds or like European truck sounds? And I mean like real life sounds, not in-game ones. Ashvin, will I reach home and play ETS2? I do not know, mate. Can you imagine? Yeah, those American trucks, the sounds of those powerful engines are something different. Jaylee, this is the RealCam V3, the upcoming Project Ultimate, with GoPro kind of style of preset. I can't even see anything in the mirrors. Yeah, Ashwin, thank you, mate. Really appreciate it. It's not just myself, because I make the weather and the reshades, but then you've got PNG, where you could actually see all the trails of water on the ground at the moment, and Snowymoon V2, which is also responsible for the reflections and stuff, so... I get a weird feeling that the map is gonna crash in a section. Yeah, it's been 100%, mate. Hailstorms? Yeah, man. Where are we going? Man, I'm lost. Christopher, hi there, mate. Game in real life? I think it might be a game, you know. It's getting close. And what we're going for here? Now, where's this drop-off point? Wait, that is a crazy drop-off. Life about a game, very good description of it. Kind of my life became about a game. It's very late o'clock already. I did not eat since 10 o'clock in the morning. I should eat something. It's like 9 p.m. That's probably good for me that I've not ate for that long. DK, I've got the Max's Scania sound and the Z-Mod's reverb sounds. Okay, we got to the end of our drop-off. I'm not gonna drop it off. But guys, I'd like to thank everyone who decided to come in today, who decided to leave a comment, who decided to leave a like, anything like that. So yeah, guys, thanks so much for being on the live stream today. I plan to do the live streams a bit more often, but we'll see how it goes. I've moved countries recently, so it could be a bit easier for me to actually get on with it. So yeah, guys, thanks so much. I'm gonna see you in the next one. US Trucker, thanks so much, man. I appreciate all the cards and stuff. Legion, thanks so much. Ciao, Max.